Guys, DOWSEY here, back due to popular demand with another 1 hour of killer gameplay video, this time with a pig, who was the most requested killer on my YouTube polls, so thank you to everybody who participated in that. The pig's quite a versatile killer. She has stealth gameplay with her crouch, she has a chase mechanic in her ambush dash, and of course she has the reverse bear traps to passively slow down the game. In fact, I have one here, directly behind me. I love playing the pig, and so this time on my Twitch stream, I took a bunch of different games and changed the build up every time. So you can learn a lot about how to play the pig, some different perk builds that you can utilize to run her, and just enjoy some quality pig gameplay. So I hope you enjoy this video. If you do, make sure to leave a like and comment below which killer you would like to see next in the next 1 hour of killer gameplay video. Alrighty, so I guess if we're going to do a couple of pig builds today, our first pig build that we're going to run will have to be the new Devour Hope Undying combo. Just because it's a lot of fun, and it's fun to get some Moris out there. I find that with Undying and Devour Hope, you are more typically to get your Devour Hope to 3 stacks and then to 5 stacks, which is really, really fun. So to pair with that, we're not actually looking to control the gens much, but we are going to run Corrupt Intervention because it will allow us to have a bit of a stronger start, and then save the best for last is going to be really handy for just getting the ball rolling as pig. And then we're going to run Combat Straps and Medical File. Combat Straps makes it so we crouch quicker, and Medical File makes it so that there is a decreased charge time to our ambush attack, so that allows us to use it at loops a little bit better. You're like the Bob Ross of DBD, as you don't play to show off, you play to show how good we can get. I just like to teach, you know. I want people to learn and to be able to help people with their journey in DBD, you know. All right, so we've got Torment Creek, game number 1 here of the Pigathon, and this is a hard map to generate pressure on immediately, but there are common survivor spawns. So this jungle gym over here will typically spawn survivors near it at the start of the game, regardless of where you spawn, unless you spawn in it yourself. If not here, the next one across, basically. And so oftentimes I'll check these 2 jungle gyms, and then I'll check this shack area because this is the 3rd spawn that survivors typically have. So there's like 3 spawns in a row like this, which are really good. Whenever a survivor walks towards you, you can usually expect that they're going to use their dead hard like that. I'm going to try him for the flashlight save, but she has to vault the window if she wants it, so not really a good play for her. This is a great way to lose pressure from your teammates. I have Devour Hope, so I would actually like to get her away from this hook, but she looks like she's going to try and farm. So we don't have to do anything here. We can just keep her here if we want to. And then her teammate's going to die on hook eventually. I'll go slow for it. Great. Really, really good dead hard. This is our obsession. No, it's not. I thought it was the thing. For some reason. Okay. So we'll just take that, I think. He was way too late. Here's dead hard as well. He's not gonna let us get the hit on him. Okay. He's going to use the shack pallet here. If I look up, he won't get the flashlight blind, and now he's wasting his battery. Probably go through the window. Nope. Try to go back towards me. Using Iron Will in a really dangerous way, by the way. Not a good idea. So now we're going to start getting our Devour Hope stacks, and the survivors have all had to come to the rescue. So whilst one generator got completed there, guys, what we've actually done is forced all the survivors to come for a rescue. So now all the survivors are grouped up, and we've got them off the generators. So it might seem like that little silly thing we did with the Nia didn't really have any effect other than to be a bit silly. But actually, in reality, we gained a lot of pressure because the survivors all had to group up, which is really good for us. All right, so we'll leave Adam alone. Let's try and find this Nia. We're going to continue generating stacks to save the rest for last if we can. See how this Nia runs. She didn't really do a very good job last time. Went to the right, so we'll go to the right as well. I got stuck on the wall, unfortunately. Slow vault through the window doesn't really do anything other than waste time in her loop, and now she's looped this 3 times. She ran through the pallet, so she's not going to make it anywhere. We've got 8 stacks to save the best for last now, so we're recovering very quickly. And now she's down. Unless she makes the pallet on the other side, it's not looking good for her. She has dead hard, so wait that out. There it goes. Cool. And this will be our 3rd stack of Devour Hope coming in. Another bear trap on her, so. Coming for the rescue the survivors are. I'm going to put in the basement so that we don't have to worry too much about an insta-rescue here. That Feng looks very fast, like she has breakout. Okay, beautiful. All 3 of our bear traps have been put out now. Not sure what this thing is thinking she can do here.
Can you believe that 9 out of 10 doctors don't know that Harry Styles was in Busted? Cap.
Was in Busted? Okay. That is a interesting one. Nice to see you, Whisper. The Feng's gone into the shack here. That's the window vault. That was a fast window vault, like she has resilience or spine-chill. Goes down here. Now, I think she... Oh, she has dead hard as well. Okay. So I was thinking to myself I would love to be able to get a dash attack off here. But she's paying a good amount of attention to the chase, so it is very tricky to be able to do so in this area of the map. She'll take the window. Now, what should happen is that basic attack should hide that there's Devour Hope in the game. The dash attack, but I don't know if that's actually working right now. Whenever you use your special power, you are meant to hide that there is a status effect like Devour Hope in the game. But I saw a clip the other day showing True Talent actually getting hit by a hatchet and revealed Devour Hope. So it's not meant to do that, but it did. So it's hard to know if that's a bug that's persistent or if that's just a random occurrence, you know? So let's go for the dash attack just in case it is working. Because we'll be able to hit the Nia. There's no pallet here. Oh, that really didn't connect. That was very close. We hit it here. Oh, man. I don't know how I missed her. She doesn't have Iron Will. Maybe she dead-harded at the right moment. There's the dead hard. Okay, so she didn't dead hard. I just missed her. So in theory, this should hide Devour Hope's existence in the game. But I don't know if it is doing so. We did just lose our Undying totem. And we lost Devour Hope. So I think that it's not hiding Devour Hope because there's no reason for the survivors to stop doing what they're doing to rescue right now. So that must be a bug in the game right now that it's not showing it's showing the exposed status on special attacks. It's not meant to. That's a recent like bug that's come into the game. That's really silly. She has dead hard, 100%. Pallet gone. No. There's no pallets back here. These guys are really weird the way they play. They play like they're trying to bully, but they're not actually very good at doing so. Wait for his dead hard. Okay. So we're still at 1 gen remaining, remember? So like that's why it's weird that the survivors stopped what they were doing to go for the totems, because that's just not normal gameplay behavior at all. Alright, it's been quite some time. She'll go for the window here. Then we'll force her towards the pallet here, unless she retakes the window. Alright, that's really good. So we don't get the hit here, but we actually have pushed her into a dead zone. And she can't really recover from this. She's already used her dead hard. Alright, so that's her dead. They get another gen done, but they don't really have enough pressure. That's one survivor dead, and we can come over here. It looks like the Fang is still injured, so there is a, 66% chance that whoever we find here is going to be injured. Perfect. We're actually going to hit this Nia and then go for the Fang, just to continue the snowball pressure. I'm actually going to go for the Nia indefinitely because she's a much easier chase than the Fang was. The first time around we've chased Fang, remember? This pallet's up, so we need to make sure that we play in a way that's going to push her away from it without having to break it ourselves. There we go. With Bloodlust 1, we catch her now. She doesn't make a pallet. I wish the hook counter only went up for how many hooks you had and would increase on progressing hook states. So do I, but right now our hook counter is actually showing a correct amount of hooks. Okay, and then there were two. With 2 gens remaining. We know they're over here. There's the Fang. This Nia never threw any of the pallets here, which were actually really strong pallets to not throw. She has dead hard if I remember correctly, so she'll probably just dead hard to window. Depending on how she plays this pallet, she goes down. I think she played it correctly. She can make the window, she can make the pallet. Okay, that was a misplay. She's moving away from pallets. There's one there. You should never go towards the map wall like this. There's nothing back here. Dash attacker to keep the 8 stacks. And then that just leaves Adam, who's full health at the moment. Okay. So I suspect that Adam went with the Fang towards this gen, but I could be wrong. Nope, I was wrong. If these survivors showed that they were a little bit more, I guess, with it when it came to looping, then I would be forced to break these pallets more often. But because the survivors aren't very good at chaining, there's not been much of a necessity to do so. So we'll go for Adam here, just to avoid a decisive strike. You can see him through the wall there. Go for the basic attack because we have Save the Best for Last stacked up to 8 stacks, so we're going to catch him much quicker with a basic attack. We should be able to hit this swing. No, not quite. Very close. Bit ambitious. Going around that way only works once in a lifetime. Most of the time it's going to kill you. Alright, so that's him on the floor. And on a hook. And we just need to find Fang. We don't have any tracking perks in this build, which is probably the one weakness of it so far. But Fang's close. I don't think she actually reacted to the dash attack the way I was expecting her to. Oh, the hatch was here. It's strange that if the hatch was here, she was sitting on the other side of the pallet, because she would have actually just fucked herself there, but that's fine. So we're going to play the Scorpions build here. This is a build that he's ran for pretty much years now. Modern Abuse and Whispers, so that you can creep up on survivors with your crouch, and then Enduring and Brutal Strength just for chase. All right, here we go. Lemkin Lane. Not an easy map because of its size, but we actually have a really solid 3-gen split here. This is it doesn't look like a good one, but it's about as best you're going to get. The crouch here doesn't really do anything other than we do it pretty quickly because we have combat straps. We've got a Fang here trying to hide, but not very successfully. She should have taken the window there. She would have actually gained a lot of distance. A crouch into a dash here will probably catch her. Oh, very close. I thought she was going to throw the pallet immediately. Getting stuck on the garbage can sucks, man. They really added a shit ton of stuff to this map event at some point. It used to be really easy to hit stuff like that. Oh, what? Scratch marks came out here. Okay, you should never camp this pallet. One of the worst in the game. So with Enduring, I should just walk into pallets like that, but Not this one, the other one. But the way she was camping, it made me think that I could dash attack around. I just got stuck on the trash can. But we have brutal strength, so we're in a good spot. We can hit him and just continue walking on to that hook over there. This shouldn't be too far. Unless the survivor here on the gen body blocks. Which is possible. We just walk around them? No. Good on him. She has a trap on her head, so what we're going to do is we're actually going to put Ace here. Ace should have been popped out like this. He made a big mistake. Lost a lot of distance. So we'll get a hit here, and we should be good. That's the first gen done, which is kind of hilarious considering how this game is played out. You know, one survivor sabering hooks, one survivor in chase. Alright, bullet's taking a hit. That's fine, now everyone's injured. Pretty long loop here, but I think if we get a dab dash lined up right, we should be fine. I'm going to turn around like this, trap, and then I'm going to crouch into another dash like this, and then we'll catch her off as well. So the reason we crouch whilst looking behind us is so the survivor doesn't expect the dash attack. We got Jake here. We should be able to catch him as well. And then all of a sudden, all survivors are now slugged, but they also have bear traps on their heads. So this is what happens when survivors play ultra risky around pig. So rough start, tricky start because of the survivors wiggling off, but the altruism gets turned into a 3-man slug and a massive amount of snowball, just like that. So pretty good for us. We can see that Fang's here already. If I wanted to, I would end the game right now by just going into this little extra here and downing the Fang. But instead, I can just get her to come to me, I guess, and that'll be GG. All right, so we're gonna do the same build again here, guys, because the previous game ended instantly. And I kind of want to show how this build works, specifically the Modern Abuse and Whispers element to it. So watch Whispers in the bottom right corner and watch it light up. When it lights up, we're going to crouch immediately because Modern Abuse reduces our terror radius to 24 meters and Whispers has a 32 meter range. So using Whispers, which is going to give us info where the survivors are, we can crouch and approach a generator knowing that the survivors are on it, giving us the option to essentially not lose any movement. So see how we creep up on this Yui here? She had no idea we were coming. Now she's so shocked that she's trying to boop the Snoop because of her confusion. So really strong. We basically get to move directly towards her very quickly. And then we crouch. She doesn't know we're approaching. Eventually she realizes we're there. We hit her and she panics. So works out well for us. Very quick down. Now, I'm not going to crouch because I know Nancy's on this gen here, and Nancy will be looking towards us. Or she actually went towards this gen, but she's not on it. I'm actually going to crouch now and go towards this gen here. They're not there. Very strange that the survivors wouldn't be here. Let's crouch and remove our terror radius so that we can approach the basement without a terror radius, which will prevent borrowed time from triggering on the rescue. So now if we wanted to, we could snowball by downing the Yui like this, and then we can hit the Nancy. I tried to block the Nancy there. It didn't work out very well. I wanted to block her against the wall so that I could get the first hit on her without her vaulting the window, but it just didn't work out. So by downing the Yui, we slug her, we generate map pressure, we have brutal strength and enduring, so we just walk straight into pallets like so without any fear, because if the survivor decides not to drop them, then they're hurting themselves. She's going towards the window, so we'll go towards this. And then we push out like this. She went back through the window. She just goes down now. Watch for a dead hard. We haven't seen her exhaustion perk yet. That was such a weird spin. It worked though. Really weird to know there's a survivor over there and we didn't get a Whispers proc on them. Okay, so this is our obsession. I wouldn't... Oh, no, I was thinking I had saved the rest for last, but I don't. Okay, so we're going to just hook right here in the center. Okie dokie. Let's crouch and approach this gen just in case. Nothing that we can hear on it. I don't think they're going to be on the gen, to be honest. I think they'll probably be looking for the rescue themselves. They're here, though. Serena? No sprint burst? I think she's going to cut into the main building, so I'm going to cut in myself and see if we can't catch her out. No, she went around the main building. That's purely pathing, but it works. A lot of survivors will go into the main building because it's a really safe window loop. But I don't think she cares too much about that. Now she's in a big trouble. So we can trap her. I hear a survivor behind me. I don't think that they have I don't think they have a flashlight, so they're not going to go in here for a rescue or anything. Yui's got a bear trap off. This could be Yui who is getting her bear trap off. Or it could be Nancy because they've gone the direction of another bear trap. So let's crouch, move towards. Seems like it was both of them. Wow. Very, very peculiar play. Happy with that though. We get the hit on her. We get the down on the Yui. Get another bear trap out. Just turn away from the up back just in case Fang's lurking with a flashlight still. And if she isn't, then that's going to be a third gen pop in just a second, which will trigger all 3 bear traps. So not bad for us. There's Fang. Let's crouch and move towards. We crouch so she doesn't get info that we're there. Actually, in fact, I saw Nancy there. Nancy's going to come towards this bear trap. This box here. So there's Fang. We'll hit her, and then we're actually going to turn onto Nancy. Actually, no, we'll go for the Fang because Nancy's bear trap is not active. So she is in a bit of trouble. With Brutal Strength, we'll actually kick this really quickly, making her flashlight make her lose distance. Okay. Great. That's actually a survivor dying on hook because of the decision making that the Nancy and the Fang made in this scenario. There's Nancy. Injured still. Bear trap active. And not going towards any rescues. This pathing here is really unique. And it caused her to die. And the rest of her team as well. So GG to the survivors. That's just how you can use bear traps on Pig, really, to generate pressure. You know, getting the bear traps out onto the survivors, getting a bit of snowball pressure with the hit and run. Really makes a big difference. So, like, if you were wanting to prevent the survivors from doing gens and really, like, up your gen pressure as a Pig, I would run Last Will, which increases your reverse bear traps by 1. And then I would run something really gen heavy. Like, honestly, you could run Ruin Undying on Pig, the old Ruin Undying. It works pretty well due to the fact that you can push the survivors off of the generators with your bear traps, and that automatically regresses the generators. But if you want something slightly more consistent, then instead I would use Corrupt and Pop. So Corrupt is going to lower the gens that the survivors can start on, meaning that when you do get your bear traps out, they're probably going to prioritize getting their bear traps off instead of finding a generator to work on. Then you can use something like Pop to regress the generator afterwards. After that, you could run Thrilling Tremors, which I like on Pig for just knowing where the gens are. And then your last perk, honestly, for your last perk, you could probably just run Save the Rest for Last to give you a bit of chase potential. Actually, instead of Corrupt, guys, we're going to switch to Discordance. So the reason we're switching Discordance onto the build is it kind of acts a little bit like Whispers does in the previous build that we utilized. So at the start of the game, the survivors are likely to hop on a generator together, and you can use Discordance to go approach them. This is another build you can run. This is a very like gen regression heavy build. You're playing a lot around gens here. You know, you have 3 perks dedicated to gens. You have a add-on which is going to increase how many bear traps you can put out, so you're more likely to have survivors with bear traps on at any given time. All right, so Rodham Fields is typically a pretty hard map actually for a killer to win on. It's quite large. The survivors have a really good time hiding from you. The benefit is that we do get a bit of improved stealth play if we can approach the survivors silently. So unfortunately, we did spawn facing this Yui who saw us, and so it really doesn't make sense to not chase her until we were to get like a discordance ping or something. Oh, there's 2 Yuis here. That was confusing to see. I think this Yui's going to leave the jungle gym, so I'm not going to break the pallet. Yep, straight out of the jungle gym. The other Yui's here, so let's trade onto her and spread some split pressure real quick. The dangerous thing that I think we've got going on here is that we know that the survivors are splitting up on gens. Why would you run out of the jungle gym towards the killer?
Love the stream and hardcore series.
Thanks, man. These guys are playing very strangely. I mean, this LOD's actually trying to take a hit. But she went back on herself into the jungle gym. So she's lost a lot of pressure here. Pretty good for us. Let's see if we can't get a hit on this Yui. No, it's too big of a pallet. Unless she just does this infinitely, and then we can easily hit her. Okay, so we got 4 stacks of Say the Best for Last here. We're going to get Throwing Tremor proc here, which is good for knowing which gen we need to kick. As you would expect one survivor to be on a gen somewhere on the map. What? Nope, no one's on gens. Okay. In that case, we'll just hook here. This is our obsession in front of us. Why would you rescue in my face? And I have Say the Best for Last. That's how you lose games quickly as a survivor. Rescuing versus a Say the Best for Last killer like this. Just had to aim in. Yeah, or else we would hit the Nancy. That's fine. I don't actually want to chase the Nancy. I would have taken the hit if it was for free. Before I hook this Yui, you need to utilize Pop Goes the Weasel. We were playing around gen control this game. Doing our best to shut down gens where possible. So, possible that this Nancy will finish the gen with her teammate over here. We're going to move towards to try and stop them with Pop. I think that works. Perfect. We got the Pop Goes the Weasel here. Lovely. That's what the doctor ordered. I mean, this is Yui's scratch marks. It is. She's going to go down here unless she has Dead Hard. That's another survivor with a bear trap on their head. And another use of Pop Goes the Weasel about to come out of this as well. So we're getting really good Save the Best for Last value this game. We're getting really good bear trap value this game. And we're also going to get really good Pop Goes the Weasel value. And you can see the Throwing Tremors blocking the gen, so the survivors can't even tap it. Might as well hit this Nancy. Get her out of the way. So that gen's still regressing. Thanks to Pop and Thrilling. Nancy's our obsession. I would love to dash attack her if I could. Very hard to find a dash attack on a T-L though. The reason we dash attack is because she's if we basic attack our obsession, we lose stacks of Say the Best for Last. Thanks, Yui. Alright, Yui tap the gen for us so we can kick this with Pop before we hook. Another bear trap out. We have one more. That's all 4 survivors with bear traps out. We've managed to kick the gens 3 times, I think, this game. To be able to regress them. And now the survivors are likely to get their bear traps off. So this is what I mean by this build focuses purely around gens, because we've managed to down all 4 survivors and generate enough map pressure that they haven't even got a single gen done. And they're not likely to get one done for a little while because of the bear traps. They're probably likely going to prioritize getting their bear traps off before they complete a gen. I'm trying to force a Yui towards the hook here. It worked. Okay, that was weird. I aimed for the LOD there, but it hit the Nancy. I'm going to hit the LOD regardless. Ellie just ran back towards the jungle gym. No, she went straight line. Good for her. Should definitely not go back towards the jungle gym. There's no pallets. Oh, no, there is a pallet, actually. Alright, so Throwing Tremors tells us all the gens are not being worked on, which is always great news. Yui's just got a bear trap off, so she's the first to be able to do that. I'm gonna pick up Nancy here. If she has decisive, then that's fine. We don't really lose any pressure. Yui's likely to run in and get the unhook. Make sure I hit the Yui here so there's no save the rest or time shenanigans. I should be able to pull the Yui out with the bear trap so I can pick her up here. Perfect. And that's Nancy, I guess, giving up now because this game's not going very well. So a tough map, completely shot down using Pig's ability plus the usage of, I guess, 3 gen perks, 1 tracking, 2 tracking, sorry, and 1 gen regression. LD still has a bear trap on. They all do. Might as well go for LD just for the memes. We've got 7 stacks of perma. Save the rest for last. Now that Nancy's dead, which is really good. That's a great amount of save the rest for last stacks to utilize. Go for the window. I think she's just going to go to the pallet. Yeah, she's not really looping the shack how it's intended to be looped. Okay. So that we can dash attack on this the loop here if we need to. I think we're actually good for a basic attack when we'll go for one here. Watch where she falls off. She went straight. This pallet got dropped, but we never broke it, so let's just immediately rotate to the other side of it. Since there's so many survivors here. Okay. Throwing tremors. 4 gens blocked again. That 7 gen block on throwing tremors is always a nice one to see. I expect Yui to be over here on this bear trap box. I don't see her. So in that case, I guess we'll just go back and take out whoever rescued here. LD runs one direction. And Yui's back here. Perfect. This Yui has a key, but you need to complete generators for the hatch to spawn, so we're in a good spot. She usually runs away from the pallet if we snap onto it like we're going to break it, but this time she didn't. If she goes right, she's in a lot of trouble. In fact, if she goes left, she dies eventually anyways, because there's no pallets this way anymore, either. That gen there, we might as well kick her with our pop goes the weasel. We don't need to, but you know, I guess it's just like exerting dominance over the gens really at this stage. Okay. LD's got a bear trap off, and so is Yui. They both got their bear traps off now, so we can crouch and go move towards generators that have bear traps boxes next to them. Reverse bear trap boxes next to them, so that one over there has a gen over there. As that's like a good way to kind of think about where the survivors might be. Is air generators that have reverse bear trap boxes next to them. But I'm not seeing anything on my quick little expedition across the map. So it looks like we're just going to go back to square one of trying to scout out survivors. At this stage, pretty much all of the generators are... Oh, scratch marks on the wall. And the survivors on the bin. So we'll use save the rest for last to hit down the LOD and just transfer straight over to the Yui here, guys. LOD... Yui must have had spine chill because she saw us coming. Gerard crouch, whereas LOD did not. So we can hook real quick. And then we'll go get the LOD and that's GG. Yeah, really dominant pig game. I like this build for if you really want to be like gen-centric. If gens are what is really hurting you when playing the pig, for example, then I think this is a build that's probably going to help you out a lot. Alright, let's get into the next one. If I take modern abuse and distressing, will the 26 be increased terror radius? Be calculating based on default terror radius or already modified? It's based on M&A. M&A is done first in every calculation. So everybody loves it when pigs bear traps go off, don't they? What better way to do that than tempered timer and creative gears? Tempered timer makes it so that the reverse bear trap timer is reduced from 2 minutes 30 seconds to 2 minutes. And creative gears makes it so it takes longer for the survivors to search their traps. So for this build, we're going to run tracking perks, and that will hopefully allow us to find survivors getting their bear traps off so that we can prioritize them over their teammates. So barbecue and chili will help with that. What are some other good tracking perks that can give us aura reading information randomly throughout the map? Deathbound could be a good one for this because they're likely to heal before they go and get their bear trap off. We could actually probably run Ruin Undying if we wanted to, and then we can get the random info from soul totems. So the objective of this build here is to make a survivor's head pop. All right, here we go. So we're going to try and get a survivor's head to pop. We've got Mother's Dwelling here. This is the largest map in the game, which is really good because our bear traps boxes are super spread out here. So we should be able to generate a decent amount of pressure. I'm just going to crouch for the house here just to see if anyone's running in. And then we're going to go back out of a crouch and just approach generators that spawned quite far away from us. Probably the hardest thing about this map is finding survivors really at the start. The map that you definitely want to have something like Corrupt Intervention on, as it closes the map off massively and kind of halves it in size actually, so that you can find the survivors a little bit more efficiently. You can see here we've done a big rotation around the map, and we've come to the shack. And listen to this generator. Popped. Now, thankfully for us, we actually got to see through the map walls of the shack, so we see that Jake hopped in the locker. So whilst we do lose a gen pretty quickly, Jake makes up for it by hopping into the locker for us. So. The reason we're using Deathbound here, guys, is because usually what happens is survivors get healed after they get their traps off. They get unhooked. So we're hoping that the survivor who gets healed will then have the Oblivious Status effect, and we should be able to approach them with barbecue and chili to get some quick downs. And let's make us dead hard. I think we hit it here. Let's pour it out of the pallet so that we don't get pallet stunned by the thing. We should be able to trade thing for Jake here. Very good. But we lose Meg in the process. That's good though. We're getting our bear traps out. Check pallet, please. Alright, she should have dropped that. She's gonna go down now. Okay, never mind. Way too late, and you moved way too far away. Okay. So, this is actually really good for us. We're trying to get the Nia now to pop a gen. So playing around these survivors is good. You can hopefully get the Nia to pop a gen. But if Nia hops off a gen, then that's not going to happen, is it? There it is. Okay, so we've got 3 active bear traps. Perfect. So all we need to do now is locate Jake, who's over there, going to that bear trap box over there. We're going to leave the thing on the floor. I'm going to go straight over to Jake and try and pull him off this box so we can start the bear trap stuff. Hopefully he hops off it. Hopped in the locker. Let's walk him all the way over here. Since this will pull him away from where he needs to be from the box. Make it a little bit harder for him to get to the next one. Then barbecue and chili will show us another survivor's location. Here on the gen, Meg on that trap. Who's injured? Meg is. Okay, so let's go for Meg. I don't know if Deathbound makes it so the survivor who got healed also has the Oblivious Status effect or not. Or if it's just the survivor who healed. So let's walk her all the way back this way if we can. The hook on the hill over there is a juicy target. Actually, we'll go for this one. This one's right next to a one that she's already used. Ben got hers off real quick, unfortunately. So we're not going to be able to prevent that. We can crouch and come over here for Nia. Oh, and it looks like Meg's going to kill herself on hook, so that's unfortunate for her team. I don't know why we would run in that way. It's a bit silly. Okay, so we know where Jake is going to be. He's going to be on that box right over there. I don't know if we can get to him in time, though, unfortunately. He left that area over there 15 seconds ago, which means he should already be moving into this area over here. Unless he's hiding. Ben gets this gen done, that's fine. Oh, Jake's actually got the bear trap off already. So we're getting really unlucky so far in this this stuff. I was looking for Jake as I was walking here, guys. If he would stick around. Hey, where did Fang go? Okay. That was a quick kill. Pushing it away from the pallet is really good for us. He went up and got the rune totem instead of getting a trap off. There's no pallets back here, so Fang kind of screwed us off massively. Okay. Just need a barbecue aura on near. Try and pressure off the boxes. Where are you at, Nia? There she is. I'm going to hit Jake and go for Nia. We crouch now, she shouldn't get a terror radius. Okay, perfect. And we're just going to walk her as far away from this corner as we can. Seems like she may have given up there. Okay, they're healing, so they won't have a terror radius as we approach. Oh no, they do. One of them doesn't. Fang doesn't. Jake does. Hey, mate. Okay. Let's see if Nia can get a trap off. It's getting pretty close. I mean, this might be the one, guys. Bum, 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 bum. We could be very mean and play a luck game here, couldn't we? Tee-hee. Tee-hee. Oh, she got it off. Unlucky. Well, as always, when it comes down to luck, sometimes you just don't get it. We tried there. Oftentimes when I'm trying to force a bear trap, I never get it off. I get a bear trap kill, but if I don't try and force it, it just happens randomly, so. It's unlucky. Can I dash through that window? Oh, so close. If I just got a little bit of air, I'd be able to. If she ran towards the shack, she would be safe. But she didn't, so she's not. That is clearly a gap that no one could fit through. Using the add-on that adds an extra box, does that make the percentage of getting the bear trap off to 20% on their first box? Yeah, so the bear trap, the box is predetermined. It's not like there's a random chance that it might be this box and might not be. The game knows which box will get the bear trap off. It's predetermined. She hit it on locker to avoid barbecue and chili and then blew up a gen. Hell yeah, Nia. Hell yeah. Oh, I love it when the survivor that dies first is the one is still in the lobby to complain. Oh, here we go. Let's go. All right, let's play Perkless Analyst. So we're gonna do no perks here as the pig on Lampkin Lane. Just to try and showcase the natural slowdown power that Pig has in her kit without you utilizing perks through the bear traps. So just because we spawned near that gen and it's nice and open, we're going to check that. But we're really trying to slide our way down to the this side of the map because this house here is a pretty common survivor spawn, as well as the gen back here and the gen over there as well. That's a solo person gen, so that it's more priority. So we check this gen back here, as more than one survivor can be on it. And now we'll approach this gen with a crouch real quick. Try and be slightly selfie. And secure a quick first down. Uncrouch. No grab, unfortunately, but the M1 is good enough, you know. Alright, fingers path really poorly. Let's wait out a dead hard. Alright, and now we know that the survivors are likely going to be in the generator behind us. So we got our first bear trap out, and we're gonna go check that gen down there. We spawned really close to it, but that doesn't mean that the survivors can't be there. They were actually on that gen. Wow, that's crazy that I couldn't hear it. I got so close to it. Sound in this game is a bit dodgy sometimes. So let's crouch and move towards. We can see the Quentin there. He saw us as well, but we actually get pretty close to the Meg, so we can get a hit on her for free here. Because if she dropped the pallet, we just go around it. And because she doesn't drop the pallet, we catch her regardless. This is a really weak pallet. See the tree here? The only thing separating us and the Meg. I think she must have life. Yep, she does. So we don't fall for the ploy. We'll get her on this pallet here. Okay, let's get her a bear trap on. So we got our first bear trap out nice and quickly. We want to check this gen over here. Like I said, this gen here is a pretty common like first gen. There's actually a survivor here. I'm having trouble seeing where they are. Scratch marks are pretty tight here, though. There you are. Leaving the pallet, so I'm going to leave the pallet as well. I can't cut through this house, so I just go around. She should try and make a loop around herself and come back to it, so she can utilize the pallet more efficiently, but she's not. She's going into the house here. Upstairs. Taking the wrong direction here. Probably has head on and quick and quiet. But not happening here today, unfortunately for her. So that's third down. Another bear trap as well. Let's set that real quick. Drop her so that we can place it. I haven't seen a flashlight yet, so I'm not too worried about flashlight saves at this stage. And we're actually going to go straight back to the Meg and whoever rescued, probably Quentin over here. Meg has not been healed yet, so she might actually just be straight on this box here. Oh, she actually did get healed. Perfect. So we can come right around. Oh, there was a pallet here. Quentin used it. That's a pretty efficient use of the pallet. About as efficient as you can get is hiding your intention to want to drop the pallet. You can assume he's going to do the same thing here, but he didn't, so good for him. He went back on himself, but we have Meg in front, so we'll go for Meg. And now let's go for Quentin back here, or the thing, even. Oh, Quentin's here. We'll just commit to Quentin now. Watch his medkit. Medkits and items tell you a lot about what the survivor's intention is. Are they going to drop the pallet? Are they going to vault a window? Stuff like that. This should catch his dead hard out. He did dead hard there, in case you were wondering. Alright, so that's all our bear traps out. Currently Meg and Quentin have them. Cheryl got hers off and Finn got hers off a little while ago. But we managed to generate a lot of map pressure here really early, thanks to the bear traps. So we can come over here because this is where Feng started the game off. So it's good to remember stuff like that because she might go back to the generator. She hasn't though, so we'll just kick it and move on. Quick scan of the street here to see what we can see. There's Feng, perfect. So we're going to cut in to force her out. Actually locks down her movement here a lot. Yep. So she's kind of messed up her pathing immediately on this chase. I want to slide away from the hit afterwards so I don't get stunned because it will put her in a bad position immediately because she's dropped the pallet. That slowed her down in her pathing. There we go. That's our second hook. Everyone's been one hooked so far this game. There's the gen done. That's fine. That's going to be 2 survivors with active bear traps. There's the Cheryl running away from it. So we'll make sure we can test her because one of the people that has an active bear trap is actually the Meg. And so you don't expect her to be going for any hook on rescues where she has an active bear trap. So we'll hit her here and then we're going to down the Cheryl if we can. Make sure I slide away from the pallet because if I don't, Quentin can actually clip me with it, which wouldn't be ideal. With the Meg having active bear traps, we can kind of assume that this box here and the one past it are the 2 that she needs to check now to get a trap off. So we can play around that area now that everyone's injured. And there she is. And she got a bear trap off. So good for her. We got it right. Don't need barbecue and chili to be able to put 2 and 2 together. Game knowledge goes a long way. We cut her off a little bit distance-wise by going into the fence rather than going around and following her directly. And now because she's vaulted this window, she's actually going to go down. We crouch into a bear trap because that actually works out to be more distance covered because we're crouching as we drop rather than crouching whilst we're walking. And then we can basically recover a lot of speed with the bear trap, the dash attack there. Still min-maxing on the ability so that we can just catch the survivor slightly quicker. Goes a long way. You need it when you're running no perks, for example. So Feng's zoomed out, giving Cheryl up the pallet, so we'll go for Feng. Very weak pallet here. Looks like Feng's camping it. So we don't take the pallet slam, we actually just rotate around the short side. Camping a short side direction of a pallet is a very bad survivor mistake. You can know if a pallet is the short side or the long side based on the direction that you would have to take to get to the pallet. If it's longer or shorter, then you've got your answer. Alright, first down. And first kill, sorry. 3 gens remaining. Really good for us. Quentin's injured and still has an active bear trap. Are these scratch marks his? Or someone else's? They're his. There it is. I'm not going to go for the grab. He has got a very, very close bear trap to popping. So let's walk him as far away from that box as we can. That hook is achievable over there. So we'll go put him over here. Make his life a misery. I'm going to crouch immediately and just move towards... I was going to go towards that gem, but now that this one's popped, we'll rotate over instead. Let's see if Meg camps the pallet. She should have. She gave me a free hit for no reason. Alright, Quentin just came off his hook. Let's see if he can make it to the box in time. Let's cut through the house here, see what Meg's doing. You guys paying attention to Quentin's icon in the top left? In the scoring event above my my webcam? I don't know if it... Ooh, he failed a skill check. Game over, Bow. Game over. GG. Now to find Cheryl. On this gen. Is Hatch in here? Nope. Right here, perfect. Oh man, these gates are super spread out. It's unlikely that we're going to be able to stop the Cheryl from escaping by the exit gates. That's fine though. We did a really good job. This is Perkless, Analyst, pig game on Haddonfield, which a lot of people struggle on. And we definitely shut down this survivor team to the maximum capability that we could. So preventing a gate escape is not really on the agenda of a successful game for me. But we are actually going to prevent a gate escape as it works out. So great stuff, guys. And we found one bear trap kill as well, which was nice. GG's. How do you hug the loop really tight as killer? Or do I run into objects? A lot of practice, a lot of micro adjustments with mouse and keyboard. Learning the shape of loops. You'll notice I often turn my camera to face the loop a little bit. Like, instead of walking a straight line, I turn my camera into the loop. Helps a little bit with movement. And I can adjust from forward and sideways.